Cybeart gaming chair, 12 months later.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're all having amazing creative days. And speaking of being creative, there's nothing worse than getting to your computer to do some work and having your creativity stifled because you're dealing with back pain and shoulder pain, which is why I love gaming chairs, because you can sit in front of your computer and you can edit for 8 hours straight and you feel no pain whatsoever. So I 100% endorse quality gaming chairs. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the Cybeart gaming chair. I've had this for 12 months now, so it's going to be my year-long review of this chair. And if you want to know everything I've learned about this chair in that time, stick around because that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. All right, so let's talk Cybeart gaming chair. This is the Batman chair, obviously with the Batman on the back. And full disclosure, Cybeart did give me this chair to review a year ago, and I made an unboxing and initial impressions. And this is my 12 months later review, so 1 year later. And by the way, if you want to get $20 off this chair, stick around to the end of the video. I will give you a discount code and you can get $20 off this chair if it's something you're interested in buying. So with that being said, let's get into the review. I'm a photographer, videographer, YouTuber. I spend a lot of time sitting there in that chair editing videos, and I've sat in this chair for 8 hours straight and had no issues whatsoever. No back pain, no shoulder pain. Very grateful for that. And yeah, so let's start with the first thing, pillow. Not a huge fan of these pillows. These pillows are dense. They're dense. Same with the Secret Labs chair. You can see it over there. I think both pillows must be made in the same factory because they are super dense, and if you lean back on them, they have enough density that they'll push your head back. So it's not one of those pillows where you lie on it and your head kind of squishes into it and it's nice and soft. It's got a lot of rigidity and it's got enough, I guess, spring in it to lift your head up. So I'm not a big fan of these pillows. I usually get rid of them. In terms of the wear and tear on the chair, the embroidery is great. There is no issue here with this embroidery here on the backrest. The embroidery on the back, still great. No problems there whatsoever. All right, the next big thing is the seat. Now, this seat is a little bit on the hard side. I have been in contact with the owner of Cybeart, and apparently the new chairs have softer seats, so a little more cushy. Now, like I said, I've sat in this chair for 8 hours straight. No back problems, no butt problems, I'm fine. I find it comfortable even though it is a little firmer, but the new ones are a little softer and cushier, just something to keep in mind, but no complaints about that. In terms of the wear and tear on the seat, there is absolutely almost no sign of wear and tear, just dust. Just dust, because I don't take up the whole seat, so the sides get a bit dusty. So other than that, yeah, chair is fine. Wheels, great, no issues with the wheels. They don't fall off. They roll on the hardwood, they roll on the carpet, back and forth, no problem. Now, I did have one little issue with the leather right here, the fake leather, but I wouldn't really call it an issue. I've got nephews, 5 years old, 3 years old, and they see the Batman chair, and of course they're climbing on it. They got toys in their hands, but they did nick up the material right here above the Cybeart logo, and it's scratched up. But here's the thing, if this was an actual real leather chair, it would have been scratched as well. I mean, kids running around with toys and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the one thing. It did scratch a little bit, but other than that, which was obviously a child with a toy hitting the leather, there is no issue with any of the PU leather on the chair whatsoever after a year of use. It is still very clean, looks very good. You can even get some leather oil and just wipe down the chair. It does get a little fingerprinty from time to time. I mean, obviously kids, they're eating pizza, they're excited, they're touching the chair and everything, and you know, you wipe it off, but the fingerprints are there, so you got to get a little soap and water and get it off. But yeah, no big deal there. The one issue I do have with the chair is the arms, but it's not what you would expect. Now, if you watched my Secret Lab chair review, you know that the arms on my Secret Lab chair did rip after about, what, 18 months of use. And these arms here are a lot firmer than the Secret Labs arms. You can really squish them, and the rubber doesn't compress as much as it did with the Secret Labs, which is great. So these are pretty robust. Obviously, you know, they go up and down, they go forwards, backwards, they pivot in and out like all gaming chairs. So that's great. Now, here's the issue. The arms don't go far enough back. So you're sitting at your chair, you're sitting with your back comfortably into that lower lumbar. So you want to be here and you want to type like this, right? You want to have the desk here, but the problem is because these arms come forward so much, your desk has to be at this distance unless the desk comes up over your chairs, or you want to lift the arms over top of your desk, which is just, it's just awkward. So I find in order to type comfortably, I kind of have to lean forward, which kind of defeats the purpose of the lower lumbar. The Secret Labs chair do come further back, which is nicer. And so I find if I'm responding to emails and typing a lot, I don't like this chair simply because the arms, they go more forward, but they don't go any further backwards. So easy solution to this would be put more screw mounts on the bottom of the chair so that the arms can be mounted further back. Because here's my elbow, and I'm 5'9", right? So if I'm sitting with my elbows at my spine, which is where you're supposed to be when you type, my hands barely make it over the armrest. So yeah. All right, so here you can see that the Secret Labs chair gets closer to the desk than the Cybeart chair. You can see the arms are kind of in the same place right up against the desk, and you can see that the distance from the desk to the back of the Cybeart chair is further than here at the Secret Labs. The arms don't quite line up, and they're both in their furthest back position. That's a good, what, 4 or 5 inches here? So depending on what you like, how close you like sitting to your desk, that may or may not make a difference to you. I know that the new IKEA desks are pretty short. So if you have an IKEA desk, it doesn't really matter. This is a homemade desk. I made it 34 inches deep. So obviously I want to get pretty close. I got the nice big monitor, but it's more than an arm's length away from me. Doesn't look like that with the wide angle lens, but it's far enough. But the other thing with the arms is, just like the Secret Labs chair, they do wiggle and they make noise. So I mean, if you're sitting on your chair and you're typing and you're moving around, the arms do have a little bit of play. And I find that a little bit frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. But the real question is, can you vlog from it? Because this is YouTube's. And yeah, you can vlog from it. You can sit in the chair and hold the camera. So yeah, that test complete. But yeah, getting more serious again. I feel like this Cybeart chair is built more for people who are bigger or wider. So if you're like 6 foot or taller, you'll fit in this chair a lot better. Your arms will be longer. You'll be able to reach over the armrests. Or if you're wide at the hips, this chair is a lot more comfortable than the Secret Labs. Secret Labs is more of like a bucket seat for, I guess, people with average hips. So if you like that bucket seat feeling, Secret Labs is better for that. With this chair, you definitely get a wider base, but the benefit to that is the fact that you can put your feet up. If you want to sit cross-legged, you can sit cross-legged on there. If you want to sit on your foot, you can sit on your foot. It's very comfortable. It's very spacious. If you're shorter, let's say you're like 5'2", 5'3", you can, you're pretty much swimming in the chair. You got so much space to do what you want to do and sit and move around and that kind of thing. So it's great for shorter people if that's what you're into. If you want a big, spacious kind of throne for yourself. Okay, so final thoughts. Let's look at comfort, value for money, and build quality. So build quality, I have absolutely zero issues with this chair whatsoever. The arms have not fallen apart. The leather has not fallen apart. There was that one issue where it got scratched in the corner, but that's because kids were hitting it with toys. But in everyday normal use, there has not been much wear and tear on this chair in the course of the year. So build quality, fantastic. Like I said, the seat. Okay, let's talk about comfort because the seat's part of the comfort. The seat is obviously the harder seat. They told me that they're now softer, but I've had zero issues with the harder seat. I enjoy it. I sit on it for long periods of time. No back pain, no shoulder pain, no pain. So it's, no pain, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, there hasn't been any pain. It's a very comfortable chair. If you're doing, Zoom meetings, if you're doing photo editing, video editing, and you need to sit for long periods of time, it definitely gets my thumbs up. It's also, I feel like, built for people who are bigger. So if you're 6 foot, definitely that's the chair you want. And if you're wider at the base, then that's definitely a chair you want. You got a lot of space there. Value for money. I definitely say it's good value for money. It hasn't fallen apart, so the longevity of the chair looks great. This looks like it's a purchase that'll last a long time. In terms of comfort, like if you're dealing with back pain, sitting in office chairs all the time, and you upgrade to something like this, what is the value on no back pain? That you could pay thousands for that, right? How valuable is that? So in terms of value for money for alleviating back pain, 100%, it's worth it, every penny. It's great, fantastic. So yeah, in conclusion, I really like this chair. I give it a thumbs up. I hope this is an honest review, and I tried to point out all the different things. Hopefully in the future, those arms can go further back and I can get closer to my desk. That's the only gripe I have with it. And if you're looking at picking up one of these chairs and you go to the Cybeart website, discount code BASCO. So if you type that in on your checkout, you get $20 off your chair. And that is that. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and stick around because in the future we will do a comparison between the Cybeart and Secret Lab. So happy holidays.